Samsung. Today we are going to learn grammar of class 10 and the topic is determiners. Before we move on to the concept of determiners, let's have a quick look at these exercises over here. Number 1. Once there was dash king, and there are options here. 1, 2, 3, 4 options are here, right? These are MCQ type of questions which are coming in the examinations quite often, and you have to pick up one from here. Well, once there was dash king, you have to pick one from here, so you cannot write and because this sound is not a vowel sound. You cannot write the because we are talking about the king for the first time and we are not making it specific, and this is none. So we are going to choose this one, a king. Once there was a king. And next sentence, dash king was very kind. We have options here, 4 of them, a, the, and none. Now see, we are talking about the same king for the second time, so we are going to make it specific. So we will write the here. The king was very kind. And the third sentence here, dash kingdom was large. Her, his, their, your. Now you cannot write her because the king is male, and you cannot write their because this king is just a singular person, and your, you cannot write that also. So you have to write his kingdom, right? His kingdom. Then the fourth one, he means the king. He had dash subjects. Subjects means the people living in the kingdom, citizens, right? He had dash subjects. One is any, many, much, none. Now, when we use any, then it would be negative. I don't have any money. That's what we say. We cannot write much because subjects, people are countable now. So we have to write many. Okay, what you saw here is over here. This is in front of king, right? In the same way, one common thing you may have noticed is all these blanks are in front of noun, a king, the king, his kingdom. Kingdom is a noun. Subjects is a noun. So, number 1 point is all those blanks, and now we have filled up with these determiners. Why? Because this letter A, this his, this the, and many are determining the noun. Over here, a king. That means there's a king. There are not many kings. There's a king. So this is fixing this noun, king, that there's one king, right? And the next sentence, what it's saying is the king. Now, it is being more specific, right? More specific. King is being made specific. Only that king, which we mentioned here. And over here, his kingdom. It shows the possession, right? Whose kingdom? The king's kingdom. And now see, he had many subjects. Not few, many subjects. Okay? Showing the quantity of the subjects. Thus, these are this, a, the, his, many. They are determining the nouns there. Okay? That is the second point you have to keep in your mind. And noun here is referring to this. Okay? It's referring that there was a king. There, and then the king, referring to the king. And referring to the possession that his kingdom. And here it is referring to the quantity. How many? Many means quantity, right? Okay. Now, with that, we'll come back to the definition here. Determiners are words placed in front of a noun. That is what we saw just now. And to make it clear what the noun refers to, over here, the nouns are referring to something here, right? It's a king, just one king, right? Over here, specifying the king. And here we're referring to the possession. Here we're referring to the quantity. So, I have written this one here to make it clearer. Now, number one is to determine a noun. Number two, to introduce a noun. Once there was a king, right? We introduced there. And to make a noun specific. Over here we made this noun specific by the king, right? And over here in general we're talking about a king. General. And to express possession of a noun. Here, this kingdom belongs to the king. Possession, ownership, right? And then we have quantity also. How many subjects? Many. When we are talking about countable noun, many. When we talk about uncountable, then we say much. Okay, that is what this point is. And the last one is to ask questions about a noun. Which king? That is a question, right? Which king? We are asking that noun king. Which king? So, you'll be understanding this all much more when we discuss the types of determiners. And, well, here I have 7 types of determiners. And the first one is article. Of course, you know article, right? Articles, definite and indefinite articles. And second one is demonstrative. Third one is possessive. Fourth one is quantifier. And the fifth one is numbers. Sixth, distributive. And the seventh one is interrogative. Now we'll take them one at a time, okay? All right, now let's take article here. Article. Article we have okay, we have 2 different types of articles, you know that, right? You have studied those in your previous classes. And when we talk about indefinite article, this is are and an. And definite article is the. When we talk about indefinite article, okay, here we have to understand countable and uncountable noun. Now, countable noun means those things which we can count. Boys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boys, 7 boys, right? Many boys. Uncountable, like water, milk, we cannot count. We cannot say 1 milk, or we cannot say 2 waters. We cannot say that because they are not countable. And, okay, of course we can say 1 glass of water, 2 glasses of water, but those are glasses we are counting, not water, okay? So, remember that when we are talking about indefinite article, we're talking about countable noun. That also singular, because a and an means singular, right? And then, well, we use like a cat and apple, right? A comes before the consonant sound. The first letter of the word has to be consonant sound. Cat, cat. Vowels, you know, right? A, E, I, O, U are vowels. Over here, and is written in front of vowel sound. Apple. A, E, I, O, U sound. Right? Vowel sound. So, this is easy for you. But sometimes what happens is, like, it's just like this. Now, in this E-U-R-O, Euro, P-E-A-N, European. We're talking about European. Now, when we talk about European, the letter here is vowel This is silent. So we say European. U comes with Y sound, right? U starts with Y sound, European. So we write a European. We don't write an European because the sound is consonant. Although the letter may be over there, vowel. Over here you look at it. MP means Member of Parliament. It's a short form of Member of Parliament. But this M is consonant letter, but the sound is vowel. M, A. So when we write MP, one MP, we write an MP. Understood? Okay, move on to the definite article now. The. Now it has got a long list of rules, in fact. And now this is used to make a noun specific. Like number one is to make more specific. To make a noun specific. Specific. Right. See, when I say I saw a boy at the school gate, what did I use? A boy. That means I am talking about that boy for the first time, right? A boy. Next sentence I'll start, and if I want to talk about the same boy, then I'll write the boy. The boy was wearing a red cap. What I'm trying to say is I saw a boy at the school gate and the same boy was wearing a red cap. But if I say, like, I saw a boy at the school gate, the next sentence, a boy was wearing a red cap. That means I have not specified the boy. The boy whom I saw at the school gate may be different from the boy whom I saw wearing a red cap. So there may be two boys, right? So that is why this the makes a lot of difference. The makes that boy specific. And when I say, I saw a boy at the school gate, and the next sentence, the boy was wearing a red cap. Thus, I'm talking about the same boy whom I saw at the school gate and who was wearing a red cap. Okay, that is rule number one. And now see, number two is when you may know, adjectives like, we're talking about superlatives. Superlatives. Okay, in adjective we have, when we describe the quality of certain thing, like the quality of an object or a boy, we say in three ways, right? Supposing if I say that boy is good, that is positive, right? The boy is better, that is comparative. And when we say the boy is the best, that is superlative. Okay? And when we write superlative, we have to write the in front of it. The best boy. Okay? Superlatives like best. And sometimes we may have the most beautiful person. The most beautiful. Okay, that is what the second rule about article is. And now remember, these superlatives, the are determining the noun here. Okay, they are determining. And this noun is referring to something, right? Now, next one. Now we use this the in front of. Maybe I don't need to write it. I can say it from my mouth because these are quite easy. You may have studied this in your previous classes. And number three is that it is used in front of water bodies like ocean, sea, and rivers. Rivers, we write the Ganges, right? The Pacific Ocean, and also we have rivers, oceans, the Arabian Sea, right? We write the in front of them, but not in front of lakes. You know Dal Lake in Kashmir? We don't say the Dal Lake. So in front of lakes, we never put the. And next is in front of the names of mountain ranges. What is it? Mountain ranges. Now these Himalayas are mountain ranges, right? There are so many peaks there. When we say Himalayas, we have to cite the Himalayas. Himalayas, right? But be careful, we don't write the in front of the peak, like Mount Everest. We never write the Mount Everest. We write just Mount Everest only. It's just a peak only. Now, see, you can see the Himalayas are ranges, mountain ranges, and Mount Everest is just one peak. So we don't use the in front of Mount Everest. And next thing is when we talk about planets and satellites. Now see planets like, and see, we can say the Earth, or the Moon, the Earth, the Moon. Moon is the satellite, of course. And we can write down the Sun also. So in this all, we write the in front of the noun. That's how it is determining this noun. Now, next thing is number 6. Number 6, when we write down number 6, when we talk about number 6, we talk about monuments like Taj Mahal, the Red Fort, okay, the Taj Mahal. Okay, these are monuments, and there's only one monuments, right? So we write the to make it more specific. That's how we determine that noun. Taj Mahal and Red Fort, and others also are there. Now number 7, we can write down number 7, used before countries when they have common nouns in their names. Now remember, we never, usually we don't write the in front of proper noun, right? Most of this the we write in front of common noun to specify, to make it more specific. But sometimes we use the in front of proper noun also. When we use proper noun like common noun, okay? Now that we'll come to that after this point. But before that, let's discuss this one. Now, supposing I cannot write down the India. I cannot write this India, right? This is proper noun. Now, but I can write the United States of America. Okay. I can write this here. I cannot write this here. Why? Because over here in this name, we have one common noun. That is states. Right? United, of course, it is an adjective. States. So if we, in a name, if we have a common noun, then we can write down the in front of it. And in the same way, we can write the United Kingdom also. All right? And then we have names of scriptures. Do you know scriptures? Books, in fact. Books. Names of books, right? Books like Bible, the Gita, the Ramayana. These all we write down the in front of these books, these holy books, right? And we move on to the point number 9. Point number 9, we will talk about newspapers and magazines. What is it? Newspapers like the Times of India, or you can write down magazine, the Reader's Digest, the Reader's Digest. Right? So you can use the in front of newspapers and magazines also. Now to move on to the next rule of article, I have a sentence for you. Now see, this we have talked about in our previous points also. Like, this is a proper noun, right? Albert Einstein, right? You can see that the is used in front of this proper noun. Now read this sentence first. Abdul Kalam was the Albert Einstein of India. What does that mean? Now over here, see, this is proper noun. Abdul Kalam was the Albert Einstein of India. Means Abdul Kalam was the greatest scientist of India, right? So this proper noun has been used like common noun. Okay? That is what the last rule of article is. And this is how these articles are determining the nouns there. The nouns are determining that they are being determined by article, definite and indefinite article. That is number one, determiner number one. Now we move on to determiner number two. That is demonstrative determiner. Now when we talk about demonstrative, means to show, right? Something which we can see and point at. Now it is used in a situation in which the speaker can point to the item they mean, making them even more specific than article. Now if you see this chalk here, I say this chalk. I can see this, and this is the chalk, right? This chalk. I can see that door over there. I say that door. Door is noun. That is your determiner there. Okay? Now, see, there are singular and plural here also. If I have one chalk only, and I'll be saying this chalk. If I have more chalks near me, these all are in relation to the position of your body. Near me, there are many chalks, and I say these chalks. Near me, plural. And if I see, or I can see some bricks there, I say those bricks. Those bricks, I can see them, point at them. Those, they are plural, they are far from me. And then if I have, if I see one brick only there, then I'll say that brick. Okay, that brick that I can point at. That brick. Then this is how it is explained. Now we move on to the point number 3. That is possessive. Possessive determiner. You can see that number 2, demonstrative determiner, those, that, these, they all determined. They showed something, the noun can refer to, right? So in the same way, here we have possessive determiner. Possessive means it comes from possession. And then it shows the ownership of a noun that we talk about. All right? Now in this we have my, your, and we have its, my, your, his, her, its, their, our. Okay, you can see this, right? If I talk about this my chalk, okay? And then I can say your book. Book is noun. I'm determining it. I'm fixing it. Whose book is it? Your book, not others' book, okay? And then it's, we can use as pronoun for non-living things and animals, right? I've talked about a dog. Its tail. Whose tail? Its tail. The dog's tail. Our country. Their school. Her bag. his pencil. This is how you can use this possessive determiner to determine the noun there. Understood? You can see this is a adjective of possession also. All right. Now we move on to the number 4, quantifiers. Well, quantifiers are determiners that indicate how much or how little of the noun is being discussed. Now see, before we discuss this, we should know that nouns can be countable and nouns can be uncountable also, right? And we have this determiners: many, few, much, little, any, some, all, a lot of, lots of, and enough. When the determiners, when the noun is countable and is small or large, then we can use many. Like many boys. Boys we can count. So we write many boys. And if we have less boys, that is countable boys, boys can be counted, right? Then we write few boys. Okay? That is how we can use these determiners in front of countable. Only in front of countable noun. Now here we have uncountable noun, much and little. This water you can see here is uncountable. We cannot write many water. I have many water. We cannot write that. What we can write is we have much water. Okay, much water. And in the same way, if we have less water, then we cannot say we have few water, because few we use in front of countable noun. And little water we use. Water, in front of water, we use little water. Okay, this water noun is being determined by this little to show that we have less water. Okay, now, and there are some nouns where we can use, well, some nouns. Take this determiners, any, some, all. Like these determiners can be in front of both countable and uncountable noun. Now see, any boy, or we can say a lot of boys, lots of boys, enough boys, right? In the same way we can write some water, all water, a lot of water, lots of water, enough water. So these determiners can be used in front of both countable and uncountable noun. The next determiner is distributive determiners. It's number 6. And distributive determiners give information about noun, and they may refer to a group or individuals in a group. Look at this. Each, every, all, both, either, neither. These all are examples of distributive determiners. This you can use in front of noun. Well, when you use each or every, that means we're using this for individuals, right? Each boy in the group is happy. Every girl in the class is intelligent. And then you can see this one, all. All can be used in front of a group, collective group, right? All boys, all girls. That's how we can determine those nouns with the help of these determiners. Now, look at this, both. When you use both, then you need to have two of them, right? Both the boys are going to the school. That is how we use it, right? And this one, either, neither also, we need to have group of two. And this is how these determiners determine the noun. And this is what it's all about, distributive determiners. Now let's move on to this number 7. Number 7 is your interrogative determiners. Interrogative determiners, okay? Interrogative means questions, right? Queries, questions. Interrogative sentence you may have heard about. Now, over there, what they do is, well, interrogative determiners or determiner is used to ask questions about a noun. And these are the determiners that we use to interrogate, right? The various type of questions you can see here. When we use this, which boy are you talking about? We're trying to determine that boy. Which boy? I'm trying to see that boy, right? And whose son is the most intelligent in the class? We're looking for the son, right? Son, S-O-N, son. All right. Whose book is this? That you can say that also. What problem are you facing these days? What problem means trying to ask the noun problem. What problem? There are many problems, right? So this is how we can use determiners, interrogative determiners, to determine the noun. All right? Now with this, I have explained 7 types of determiners. And number 1 is, of course, article. Number 2, demonstrative. Number 3, possessive. Number 4, quantifiers. Number 5, numbers, which have ordinal and cardinal numbers there. And number 6 is distributive determiners. And the last one is interrogative determiners. I hope this is going to help you to understand English better. And this type of questions, the questions like addition and omission, you have MCQ type of questions in the examinations, right? So in order to solve those, this will be very helpful for you. And this is it from me today. Thank you. Thank you very much. How much that show you? Yo last week did come on that sheva. Come on, you must. That's you going to pesos.